Well, side note, you guys are weirdos. And I say that because you guys like story times where I'm interacting with like lots and loads of people. As an introvert, I find that weird, but I still love you guys. You're my weirdos. Okay, so I have KFC today. I have mashed potatoes, biscuit, and they gave me 2 thighs because at my location, that's all they had. I am not complaining, no. Also, this might be loud. It actually ends up not being loud at all. Okay. I am in a tight, cramped space right now, so I'm sorry if there's a lot of unnecessary noise. Put the biscuit here, I guess. And I have a famous bowl, so I'm gonna eat some of that. So, I am just going to talk about what what the story you guys voted for. So my friend, his name was Brian. I'm gonna take a bite. Oh, they actually gave me a drumstick instead, okay. 7th grade, my friend Brian was pretty popular. And it was just mainly due to the friends he hung out with. Unlike the trope you see in movies and TV shows, my friend was popular, but he wasn't, bad. He wasn't like a bad person. Like, he would still hang out with me outside of school. Video games, basketball, all that stuff. With my other neighbor. And throughout the summer of like early 2010, I want to say. And I want to say late 2000s, early 2010s. It's hot. We would just hang out, play video games. It soon came is I'm trying to think of what age you would be in 7th grade. And I know it's 7th grade because he made such a big deal out of it. I want to say sorry, I'm just thinking. I want to say like turning 13. Sorry. Yeah. So I remember he came to my homeroom and gave me this envelope, and getting my friend's mom, convincing my mom to let me go. It took like a week of convincing, and shout out to you, because you did not have to do that for me. So the day came, the night came. I had on my fit. I'm not gonna say my fit because it's kind of embarrassing, but it was brands that are very not popular anymore, but I was rocking the entire fit. My outfit from head to toe was this brand. So mom drops me off, and I go in and I see his family and people I know, but he tells me, oh no, the party's in the basement. So I'm like, okay. His birthday's like in early March, so in Illinois it's super cold. So I give my coat to his mom, and she hangs it up, and I go downstairs. I was also learning party etiquette because this was my first party that my parents allowed me to go to without their supervision. That last part is very important. He said the party started at like 6, and I got there at like 6:04, and there was nobody really there. Maybe just a couple of some peers that I'm really cool with. I wouldn't necessarily call them friends because, you know, it's not like we talk that much, but we talk enough to where we have a cordial relationship together, but we can still joke around. And there's like a couple of them there, but they were there because they were hanging out with them before the party. During the stage of junior high, I was still pretty chubby. So I wasn't really body positive by that point. So even though I did have an entire fit on, I had a hoodie on. Also, another thing, and maybe this just comes from not being in the popular crowd, which I'm perfectly fine with admitting, but my friend, like, I thought the majority of, like, the party was going to be guys, so we're just gonna sit there and chill, maybe play some video games. And when I mentioned video games, like, they kind of gave me a look, and then they looked at my friend. He was like, oh, no, Agartha, we're not doing that this time. So me being me, I'm like, whoa, what are we gonna do then? I was completely sheltered as well during this point. So more people start to come, and I start to realize popular parties are way different than parties I usually, and by parties I mean get-togethers, over my house. then again, I am an introvert, so I don't really like big parties like that. But let's just say a lot more girls came and less guys came. And by the time everybody who was supposed to come, I realized that there's an even split between boys and girls. So I was just like, oh, this is different. Also, before I tell this, I am saying this from the perspective of a 7th grader. Okay, I do not. I don't want it to be weird for any of you guys. So, I'm gonna get onto my famous pool now. So, they start to play music, right? And, you know, that's normal and stuff. And, at this point, I'm just like, oh, let me get some food in me so that I'm not, like, scarfing my face down at the apex of a party. So I start to eat, and they start to dance, and, you know, I'm just, you know, chilling, just talking with friends. But then slowly my friends start to just group up in couples with the other girls, and they start to dance, right? But we're going through puberty, and our hormones are sky high. So of course, the dancing is a little more, you know. I miss this so much. Especially when the famous pool came out. God, these were amazing. So, I'm noticing that the dances are becoming more provocative, and it makes me a bit uncomfortable. So I just kind of, you know, and the worst part is that this is like 2011, 2010, 2011, so I couldn't just be on my smartphone. My friend was even like, yo, don't bring your PSP. Don't bring your PSP. Just have fun, just be in the moment, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I didn't really realize what he meant by that. So I kind of just, like, you know, kind of isolate myself. You know, I start to go upstairs a bit. I start to talk to this mom, and they're like, hey, how you joining the party? I'm like, you know, I'm lying and saying, oh, it's good, you know. Because I'm fearful that if I do anything down there at the party and people see me doing, you know, that type of stuff. And with my mom's friend being on the school board, I thought, oh, they're gonna find out and I'm gonna get chewed out by my parents. So I was like basically doing everything in my power not to be caught up in the moment. At some point I go to the bathroom and I use it. When I get out, my friend Brian, he's waiting there for me, and he's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yo, you know, I really want you to get out your shell, bro. You know, you're always very precise and accurate, you know, just very meticulous with everything you do. Of course, he said that in 7th grade words. He wasn't saying it like that. He was like, come on, bro, you know. And I know where he was coming from. He always knew I was someone who didn't really like to put myself out there, and that was just his way of wanting me to get out my shell. Okay, the camera should be centered now. But there was a particular couple who took it a bit too far. And, you know, seventh graders aren't just gonna see that and be silent. They started shouting and being like, yo, oh my god, I can't believe you guys are doing that. They were too loud, and my friend's mom went downstairs and she was basically like, yo, everybody get out. And she said, you two come upstairs with me and I'm gonna call your parents. Don't go anywhere. So I didn't see it myself, but next day at school, when I was talking with my friend, he was like, yeah, they started to take off a lot of clothing, and it was just like, what are you guys doing? So I ended up getting in trouble. But, you know, after the party, my friend was just like, I guess we just gotta do it next year, bro. He was like, yeah, we just gotta do it next year, bro. And Brian, wherever you are, I hope you're doing well, man. He ended up moving during 9th grade, and I'm pretty sure he changed his number so many times that I don't have contact with him. But you're the homie, man. I appreciate you. But that is the weird thing about parties and stuff. Like, there's just a certain mentality that you have to have where you have to live in the moment, and I understand it, but I find it, even now, I find it hard to get into that state of mind.